Hajia Ami. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I had to log out and log back in because I don't know what was going on. But I believe Tawa was the one that made me know that she was not able to hear me. There was some things going on. I'm not sure. Usually, sometimes people try to hack us sometimes, so I don't know if that was what was going on. But I'll just try and share the link again now so that way my group members would know that we actually started another live program. Okay, let me see. If you're here, kindly write something so that way I know you're here. There was technical difficulties when I first logged in. I was unable to hear myself from here. I was not sure until somebody told me that they could not hear me. So let me just see. I'm just trying to check to see if you guys can see me. So that way we can start all over again since you could not hear the video. So I'm going to reshare it. If you're here, kindly let me know you're here so that way I can start. I do not want to start it without people being here. Because if you're not able to hear me on the other episode, then I would want to start all over again. So if you're here, kindly click on the link and let me see. Just trying to notify people that we're back on. Sometimes there is technical difficulties of which we cannot control. So it was not coming from my sound system because I saw somebody wrote a comment about the sound system. It came from the YouTube. I am not sure if it was a glitch or if it was the hackers, because sometimes we do have that problem. So I just wanted to let you know. All right, so let me just post this and see if, okay, let me just see. All right, just trying to put it back out there so that way the people who, I know Tawa was here, I heard her tell me that she was not able to hear anything. So hopefully if you guys are here, you can click on it so that way I know you're here. I'm just notifying my group members that we're back online. So that way they know that we're here. Oh boy, this is not the right, okay. All right, I think I'm just going to continue, and whoever is not here might watch it later on. So that way we can just move on. I don't understand where the glitch came in from, but definitely something was going wrong with me hearing my, I was able to hear myself at a point, and then at the point when Tower said something and I touched the screen, I could see that I couldn't hear any audio either. So I'm just going to see that now and see. I'm back online. Me. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, so I'll start from the beginning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sharing Life Issues with Her Excellency Hajia Ami. Welcome to Ita Gidi, Labarin Dunia Nugaskia, Ahukondu Mado, real life story. Over here, we make sure we do investigations before we share out our stories. And even when we do share our stories, we make sure we have the proofs. So that way, we can make sure that we're guiding you guys uh, through the right path. So I'll go ahead and play some voice note. I started talking at the other live episode, but unfortunately, we had a glitch. Or would I say it might be hackers too, because I was hearing some squeaky noise when I started, and I believe I did make mention of that until I decided to continue and heard some of my group members wrote in there that they could not hear anything. Then I decided to end it and start. I do see that I've seen some of you coming back in. Kindly click on like, kindly share, so that way the people who were here before would know that we're back on. If you can hear me, can you kindly write something? Click on like so that I know that you can hear me before I proceed, because I do want to start from the beginning since you could not hear me when I was talking earlier. Something? Click on like. Okay, so I know that you can hear me before I proceed, because I do want to start. All right, so I see myself online. I can hear myself. So I do not know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, kindly click on like, kindly click on share. So like I explained in the other video, I air the show. If you're here, click on like, click on share, write a comment. If you can hear me, kindly write something. Because previously I was online and like I explained earlier on, there was a glitch. I could hear some noise, and thank goodness Tawakal too was able to tell me that she could not hear anything, so I had to end the show and start it all over again. So kindly let me know if you're here. If you can hear something, write a comment down so that way I would know that you're here with me. Also, what I was explaining was I had my investigators out there in Nigeria to investigate the cases before we do our cases. And I'm glad that they got more information about what went on or what went wrong. Someone sent her story in, and another person also sent his story in. So 2x, I covered the female part, and this is like the guy part. So I would be reading the evidence that I saw that he sent to me. So like I explained earlier on the other show, I spoke to him for over 1 hour on the phone before I came here. And also, my investigators in Nigeria produced to you. I'm so proud of you guys. They did a wonderful job in making sure that they traced him to Lagos. To Jos from Lagos. Yeah, to Jos. So he lives in Jos, and the person doing the investigations, believe it or not, did his job from Lagos. So kudos to you. I love that. I love the thorough job that you guys are doing. So I want to make sure that you guys know that we're always bringing authentic stories here. So I'll go ahead and play his voice note before I re-explain what was going on. All right, so here is his voice note. So you guys can listen to it now. But I'm not sure I see any comments. So if you're here, write something, because I do not want to start and then hear that you guys cannot hear me. So kindly write something out there so that I know that you guys can view me or hear me very well. Other than that, I think I'm just going to proceed. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Amina. Hello everyone. My name is Amina Jimoh, and I want to share my story with sharing the real life issue with Her Excellency Hajia Ami. I'm a guy of late 30s, and I'm in a relationship with this girl, which I was actually dating, and at every point of the relationship, I never promised her marriage, even though that was what she wanted. And after a while, during the dates and the relationship, she came up to me that she was pregnant. And I told her initially to abort it, which she refused. Due to her refusal, the both family got involved in the whole thing, and they said she have to keep. They asked her to keep it. After keeping it, monthly I send her allowances for antenatal and other things she needed. And during the naming, I took care of the naming ceremony. And after the naming, we got to an agreement, and they say I will be sending her a specific amount every month, which I decided on my own to be sending her like 40% of what I earn monthly. Which the 40% I was sending to her, she doesn't appreciate it. She feels it's too small or I'm not doing enough. And every time I called her, she refused to pick my calls to ask of the child's well-being. She refused to pick my calls, and at times when her younger sister picks the call, she starts to insult me or start asking me, what am I calling for? Why am I calling? So, and initially she has been denying the fact that I do send out money. So we got to a stage that we have to get an intermediary, like our uncle. So I'll send it to him while he forwards the money to her. But I found out like she still don't appreciate that and always saying bad things about me, and so at some point she you have to block me on every means or any means I have to get contact to her. So I decided on my own that since I'm sending money to her for the child's upkeep, she doesn't appreciate it, and right now she's blocking me, and I don't have the right to ask how the child is doing. So for like 2 or 3 months now, I decided to stop sending the money to her. I've only gone to see him like once because of the distance. She stays in Abuja while I'm in Jos. Initially, she was staying in Jos before she moved to Abuja. And after that, sometimes I just call, like maybe want to make a video call, maybe I could see him or going back, but I feel reluctant at times because I might even want to travel to go and see him, but the way they are reacting and the behavior, someone that couldn't even pick your call, or when they pick your call, they're being aggressive to you. You don't know how far or the extent they could go. If you should travel all the way from Jos to Abuja, you don't know how far they could go. They might deny you of seeing the person, coupled with the risk of the road, transport, and all those things. So that was why I probably have not even gone to see him again. I was planning a big 1 year birthday for him, but for the fact that we don't even have communication with them or they don't allow us to communicate, I don't even know how far. And it will be a year by April. It will be a year by April. So I just felt all they wanted is just me sending money to them, and I have no business with the child. Just for me to send money. And the fact is not sending the money is not even the issue. It's the fact of them always denying the fact that I'm sending money to them in a means of trying to blackmail me or make me look bad in front of people.
All right, we've heard from him. I just want to see if you guys are here. Kindly write a comment if you can hear me so I can proceed to read the screenshots and all the evidence that was sent to me. So I want to make sure that you guys can hear me before I proceed. So kindly write something out there. You can hear me. Okay. Okay. Rebecca Moses said, right on, mommy. All right, awesome. I'm just going to off the sound system. All right, so awesome. I'm so glad that we can hear each other now. Sorry about the other time. I believe there was a glitch, or the hackers, they love us. Remember, we used to be on Facebook and they were always trying to hack us. That's why we came to YouTube. And believe it or not, I've been hacked sometimes doing the live show. So I think I did explain when I logged in, and it was like some kind of squeaky noise. I'm like, what's going on here? Something did not feel right. However, thanks to Tower Culture for stating that she could not hear anything. And then I saw some comments too saying that they could not hear. Okay, I'm just going to read his screenshots or their screenshots because I make sure. So let me just explain a little bit why I am doing this. Like I stated in the previous video, or would I say, let's just start afresh because I don't know what you heard and what you might not have heard. So I did get a true life story from someone who is a female at sharing life issues with Her Excellency Hajia Ami. And also, you guys always remember that we make sure that we investigate our cases. So a lot of times, before I go on air, I make sure that we have the truth before we come here. And based on sometimes what evidence people give to me, we work with that. However, with this case, I was really pained because I could not understand. I know men do that, and I'm not here to judge. However, we have to say it as it is. So her explanation to me was, I got pregnant, we were in a relationship. He stated he did not want the pregnancy. I mean, who would hear that and be happy about that? Mistakes happen. I always say, if you cannot zip up, be ready to have a child. I always tell my members there. Sometimes I would make a joke out of it saying, you are looking for 2K, 3K from people, and the people who are giving you the 2K, 3K are doing family planning. I always make a joke that something can come out of sex. That's why I always advise people, do not just see anyone on the street and start fucking them. I always make that clear. However, as I was explaining to you, so my understanding and all what she stated in her own voice, in her own tone, was he impregnated me and he told me he didn't want the baby. I was upset hearing that because she went on talking about how her family abandoned her and how she was thrown out of the house. And I could not understand why somebody would do that. That, okay, you do not want me, but what about the child? What about our child? It's our child. Listen to me. When it comes to domestic violence, when it comes to an abusive partner, be it a female, be it a guy, I always say an abuser is going to be very difficult to co-parent with. Wallahi tallahi is like swearing with Allah, swearing with God. Because no matter how good you are, they would be toxic to the child because they want to get at you. So you might be the one shielding those kids from not being exposed to the toxic thing going on. But if they've been abused before, a narcissist sometimes does not want you away from them. So they have to use the kid to kind of always abuse you. So that's why it's tough co-parenting sometimes. So that was where I could not understand what she meant because the child is even still very young. So I stated Fine. If he does not want the child, but he has to be responsible for the child. You did not have the child by yourself. You're not going to go out there looking for people to give you money when you have the child with somebody who is out there. I stated I might be in America, but I know I have my people back in Nigeria, my team that work for me, that do their proper investigations and give the proper directions. And I said, I'm ready to support you. I'm ready to pay those legal fees to fight for your right. You're not going to spend any kobo, any dime. Because I could not understand it. Yeah, you don't want the child, but another man is not going to be feeding your child, or she's not going to be suffering out there feeding your child, was what I was looking at it as. They both need to work to feed the child. Yes, I know culturally, and they both are Muslims. So we have two cultures, would I say, flying over there. I'll bring in my own American culture too, because I'm American, I'm Nigerian. So sometimes it's kind of like, but I like to bring it because I have American viewers and I have other viewers from all over the world watching me, but I like to re-explain so that we know where all of this is coming from. So culturally, Islamically, if he was with her, he's supposed to provide for that child. Like 100%. Would I say people are still doing that? No. And with the Yoruba culture too, sorry to say, I find them, especially like the people that come from around Lagos and things like that. Here again, I'm not picking on any race or gender or anything, but I just have to explain how with the level of, what would I say, research I've done on people, I find out that Yoruba women usually would have kids, but they would be the ones caring for that child. Even when they're married, it's like they're the ones feeding the husband. Most of the husbands, I'm not saying every husband. So I see that in Yoruba men, that they have that sense of, some of them, I'm not saying all of you, most of them have that sense of entitlement that if you're not going to do what I want you to do, another woman will do it, another woman will feed me. But let's go back to this case. I'm just trying to explain a little bit of that cultural part before I dive into it, so that my other American viewers, UK, all over the world would understand what I'm trying to explain. So I'll read the voice note. I'll read the screenshots. You guys heard the voice note. And then I'll tell you other things that he told me and what she told me. Also, I would not replay her voice note. However, at the end of the show, I will put the link to her show under this one so that you guys can view it and understand what is going on. Like I always say, Agbejo Yonkan Agba Oshika ni. No, Kinsha Agba Oshika. Yoruba might be Jaku Jaku, but what I'm saying is, you do not listen to one person and not give the other person an ear to say what really happened. So I don't deal like that. Because at the end of the day, I always say itakullah. Itakullah means fear Allah, fear God. I fear God. I'm not going to use your own story to make me fear, to make me go offend my creator, my God. No. Believe it or not, people take people's true life stories these days as a gossip. This space is not for gossiping. It's for us to learn from it. I want you to always understand that. So, like I said, I always love to make sure I do my findings. And I'll read that to you right now. So that way we are on the same page. So I'll start with all the screenshots. So, some of the screenshots were blurred. So I'm going to read whatever I can read for you, because that's what they want me to read. So here I see, and I was real to you, unlike you who go behind my back to tell. He made mention of some names. I'm not going to make mention of the names. Bad things about me. Then he also wrote, smiles. I've never said anything bad about you to anyone. In case you don't know, you're the major reason why we broke up. So he wrote some other girl's name there. She feels I defend you always and we still dating. So I want you to understand again that this person is double dating because I want you to understand what is going on. That's the guy is double dating, and from his own explanation, she was aware of that during their relationship. Then he wrote, "You know what I mean, so don't change the content." Because she wrote, "You didn't tell me you wanted me to make enemies with everyone." Over here, she wrote, "I appreciate that, but you should not have broken up with her. You were with her, for God's sake, before you met me. Even though you lied about being in any relationship when we met." No, I don't explain. So he wrote here, "She brought issues till I broke up with the girl I was dating before." All right, so I'm going to the next screenshot. "What did I do to you to deserve all the ill treatment I get from you?" she's asking. He wrote, "Nothing. I've told you you can't get what you want from me." She wrote, "Okay. Anyways, you are not to be blamed, but myself, for even loving you deeply and believing you when you said you want me for keeps." He wrote, "Have I ever promised you marriage? Like I have said, I will marry you." Like he's re-clarifying it, like, have I ever told you that I was going to marry you? That I did not, sort of like, I did not promise you marriage. She wrote, what does telling someone I want you for keeps means?" He wrote, "Relationship, but you later let your little talk from people crash it and your personality too." Here he wrote, "This our chat and asking her these questions." Then the next chat, she wrote, "Lost what? What has lost or winning got to do with it? You setting boundaries," he stated now, "which I don't want to disturb." Smiles, asking about someone's welfare has nothing to do with boundaries. And yes, I am setting boundaries because since there is no future in this, there are things we shouldn't be doing again so that we won't be complicating things for ourselves. So I like the way she's saying, okay, you do not want a relationship. I'm not ready to continue in the direction that you want us to go at. Then he wrote, "No complications. Once we know what we're into, things might change. I'm not married yet." So he's telling her now that I'm not married yet, things might change. She wrote, "I'm not a kid. If we can't decide now, we will never be able to decide." Then she put smiles. Asking about someone's welfare has nothing, again, to do with boundaries. So he wrote, "Once we know what we're into, things might change. I'm not married yet." So that's like repeating themselves. So where she wrote, "I'm not a kid," he wrote, "Sure. Okay." Then they went on by saying, he went on by saying, "If we marry, we no go last. So no need to go that lane. That if we're married, we won't be there for long. So there's no need wasting each other's time." She says, and then he wrote, "Me." She wrote, "Okay, soothsayer. And what are your reasons? Answer me now," she wrote. He wrote, "You don't need to listen to soothsaying." She wrote, "No, I just want to know." And then she put 5 laughing emojis. She wrote, "So, Oya, tell me. Sorry for calling you. Just wanted talking." He wrote, "Okay." Then she wrote, "Yes." They went on by saying, she went on by saying, "Have you decided?" And then he wrote, "I want friendship." She wrote, "Okay, take care of yourself." Then he wrote, "You too." She wrote, "I don't want friendship." He wrote, okay. She wrote, yes. So that is the end of us. He wrote, whatever you decide. Have you already decided? She wrote. And here they were talking about some people, so I'm just going to take that out. Then he wrote, he made mention of some friend's name. I'm not going to call the person's name, that we were born. Okay, this is not part of what their case, so I guess they were talking about someone. All right. One is down my area. Okay. The other one is close to them. Okay, they're talking about somebody, so I'll just take that out. Where did I say they should not change the name in this chat? So now we're flying back to where they had the baby. I guess he's trying to explain that she's a troublemaker or she's a problem. Then she wrote, Then he wrote, yes. Where I say that the name should not be changed. She is just an hypocrite trying to bring problem between us all. Have been trying to reach her, but they say she went out. So, okay, this is his brother that is, that's the chat with his brother. So she had sent a chat saying that he's saying that they should change the name, and then he's trying to talk to the brother that he did not say that she's just a troublemaker. At least you have seen for yourself, he wrote. Because Popsy was angry that I asked them not to change name. If I speak in anger, people will complain that I'm rude. Now something they trigger anger, sha. Now so them call me yesterday, say, make I send account number that they want to return the money my father sent. I told him, but no, give details. I know be small boy and I don't talk too much. So here, I guess he was saying that she was causing problems with his family in regards to the child's name. So the money that he had sent to her for the naming, they requested that they wanted to send it back, and he was telling his family that they could definitely send it back or things like that. So he now wrote, now she is claiming you, the one creating problem. So the brother is telling his other brother that she's claiming that it's you that is causing the problem. Then he wrote, you all don't know her. I don't want to make mention of her name yet. She can destroy a family just to get her way, he wrote. Then the brother said, thanks for this information. Then he wrote, you're welcome. He sent a picture of the baby. Says, why is your sister behaving like this? For God's sake, why? And then he sent the picture of the baby. Have been trying her number, but is not reachable. As soon as I get her, I will get back to you. He wrote, okay. Now the girl sent me this. So now the girl sent me this means that is the girl that sent me the picture of the baby right now. So another person's screenshot, it's Abi. Yes, okay. How is, they wrote the child's name. Then he wrote, he is fine, just sleeping now. Okay. Sleep tight, King. He wrote the name of the child. Send the results and certificate to me. Then she wrote, he does not cry much. He just likes food. I saw the money yesterday. I saw the money yesterday till next week before we will go. Okay, he wrote. Then over here with the screenshot, she wrote, yes, so please, will you come? He wrote, no. Okay, why? She wrote. He wrote, I'm busy with work. She wrote, okay, what do you want me to come and do? She wrote, to spend time together, because I'm scared for myself and my son. They say sex can also help in turning the baby. He should, but it is okay since your work does not permit. He said, okay. She wrote, Abi, what do you think? She put 4 question marks. Here they wrote, or he wrote, okay, where she was saying what I asked you for in the morning. I don't know what that is because, like I explained to you, some of the text messages were um, kind of like covered. She wrote, okay, and my next appointment is January 20th. Okay, would you send the 2K? 2K is in Nigerian money, so she's asking for money. He wrote, yes, later. She wrote, okay, thanks. When I buy it, I will snap it for you. He wrote, okay. May Allah continue to bless you, she wrote. May He enrich your pocket. He wrote, Ami. She wrote, Ami, Ami. Then he wrote, all these are not among monthly allowance. He's trying to explain to me that he gives her other things. Here she wrote, the pregnancy will be 6 months come January 8th, and allow you have sent to me is 2000. Allow you've sent to me is 22,000 naira. So like I always say, it's how they write their things that I read it. So I do not correct whatever they write, whatever English they write. It's what I read out to you guys. So she wrote, out of which 4,000 is for baby stuff that he will be using when he arrives. My EDD is now March 24th. Saying you don't want to have anything to do with me. With the child, I feed myself. I'm buying things on my own. So he wrote, but when you need money, you remember me. Am I supposed to feed you? I just told you the total amount you have sent to me. Then he wrote, I'm confused on who I have business with. So that was the screenshot there. And I believe I asked him some, was this before you got pregnant? He stated yes, there were some of the screenshots that were before the pregnancy, and there were some that was after the pregnancy. So now, with the screenshot I've read to you guys here, it clearly shows that yes, he did not, misguide her into saying that, or mislead her into saying that I want to marry you, let's continue. So I do see that he made it clear that he was not interested in marrying her, with the voice note, with the screenshot text messages, and with the investigators' testimony. So I want us to be guarded when we're bringing our stories. We have to tell the truth. Whatever happened should be what we should be telling the party that we want to listen to us. A lot of times I find out that people break up and then decide to separate or maybe divorce. In their instance, they were never married. They were never married, but she stated that there was somebody he was supposed to marry and he wanted to marry her because the both of them are from the same place. So I'm trying to let you guys know that there was more to this. He explained to me over the phone that I told him, I scolded him. Why would you say that she should abort the baby or the pregnancy when she was pregnant? And he said, well, I did. I said, so if she had aborted the baby that you claimed you did not want, how would you then see the baby? He was like, he was not even going to ask for the baby, to take the baby away from her. All he wanted was to see the baby or talk to the baby or have video calls, that there were times whereby he would call and want to talk to the baby or say something so that the baby can see him, and she would refuse because all he stated they wanted is only money. So the conditions they're giving him always is you have to get married to her before you can kind of like see the baby. That he overheard her uncle screaming and saying that she should stop picking up his calls and doing anything with him if he's not going to get married to her. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys now, that Madame stated that he did not want to give the child any money, and the only money she had received so far from him was only during their naming ceremony. He stated he sends allowance every month, but he just stopped, is what he stated. When I asked her, who then is sponsoring you? Because I, even living here, I know how Nigeria operates. So if you're leaving Jos to go and stay in Abuja, Jos is cheaper than Abuja. So how are you able to finance yourself? That was what got me really emotional about the case, that your parents threw you out and then you moved to Abuja. Of all places to move to, because I was thinking, I'm like, Abuja. Abuja is like the capital in Nigeria. So if you're moving to Abuja, it's more money to live in Abuja. Was why I was like, there's more to this. And that was what pushed me into making sure that I wanted to make sure that her and her child had all what they needed to support them. However, with other cases that I've handled, I wanted to put more effort into it, in making more investigations going forward before helping more people. Because believe it or not, some people will come and cook up their stories and later you find out that they were lying. Some had the evidence, but they added their own jara. Jara is like you're adding things that did not happen to it. Why do we do that? I do not know what people gain from that. So if you're here, you guys can comment, you can send your questions in, so that way I know you guys are with me. Let me see. Okay. Tara Kaltu, I see your comment. You said fucked me up. Okay, the phone fucked me up. I have missed out today. No, you did not miss out. We're still on the show, so you can definitely still hear me and talk. So what are we doing? Because believe it or not, I do not understand how people are operating these days. I want you guys to comment. Because here he is saying, I sent her money. He stated he used to give her from his allowance. I mean, he used to give her allowance from the money he makes. So every month, what he makes, I do not want to disclose what he makes, but you guys heard from the horse's mouth, he told you the percentage that he gives her, that they did not have to go through court before he decided to be given that. However, on the long run, they were threatening him that he has to come and marry her, sort of, or he would not have anything to do with the baby. So, and he is getting married to someone else. So that was where I don't know if I talked about that in this video, because previously on the other show, before we came here, I had stated that I was confused. So I had to ask him, I don't understand. What were you guys doing? Were you in an open relationship or what? Because culturally, with what I do know, with Nigerians, I'm a Nigerian, I'm an American, I have two cultures. But in the Nigerian culture mostly, people don't just go out for fun. Well, the ones that I know, and what I say with my own family background, you don't just go out with someone that, okay, you're not looking forward to marrying them. Believe it or not, you are waiting for somebody to pop the question, because that's why you guys are together. So I found it kind of interesting when he told me she was aware of it. She knew I had other women and she was sort of like okay with it. And I was like, she was okay with it. He said, yes, she was okay with it and she's fine with that. And with the text messages that I read to you, the screenshot, it clearly shows that he made it clear all through that I'm just going to be sleeping with you. We're just going to be together. We are not going further. So if we're doing things, we always need to clarify what we're doing. We always need to clarify what we're doing, because I might be thinking, okay, this is where it's going to end, and he might be thinking that's not where I'm going. But with all of this that I've read to you guys, I do see that there was nothing in there that was not clear. However, a child came in, and that was where I expected the two of them to be more responsible, because they both are in their 30s. He should be in his late 30s, and she's in her early 30s. Probably, I do not want to replay her own voice note, but like I said, I'll put the link down there. Because to her, she's like, he does not want to do anything for the child. That she has to beg him for money, and he was not giving anything, was what she told me. In her voice note, she stated that her family were helping her, or actually were not helping her, and she had to struggle here and there. She bakes things and things like that. However, when I was talking to her, again, when I was re-interviewing her again, because I had to go back and re-interview her before the show, and then she told me that her parents told her not to take anything from him. However, they're not giving her anything. So I was like lost. I'm like, these are the people that are not giving you a dime. And then the person that impregnated you is on the loose. And then you are online looking for people that will assist you, or out there. When the father is there, he should pick up the responsibility and be a father. So I told her, I have my officers that I always send out to do things. What? Do you have his address? She said she has his address. What about his name? She sent me his name. I didn't even wait to get the address before they got everything, believe it or not. Kudos to you again for getting all the information, my baddest officer. So, we might say Nigeria is a big place and nobody knows. Nobody's going to know my story if I just come and lie about this, or if I just say this. Again, I'm not saying any of them is lying. I'm just trying to explain things so that anybody that wants to cook up a story would know that I always do my investigations. So, we've heard him talk, and like I explained to you now, she stated her family were not helping her when I was talking to her. In her interview voice note that she sent to me, she stated they were the ones helping her. So something, it's like going off point right there. However, I was like, okay. After I spoke to her, I said, I cried listening to her voice note. I was crying during that show. I was turning around because I couldn't hold it, because she was saying how she wants to commit suicide, but when she thinks about the child, that nobody likes her child, she made sure she keeps going strong. And I was proud for her hearing that. But doing more findings and even still communicating with her, sometimes you have to use reverse psychology. So I asked her, what's his name again? She wrote the name. Remember I told you I asked about do you know his address? She said yes. I did not request for address. Immediately, while I was talking to her, I already sent a text out to my officers in Nigeria to find out who the guy is, to find out what went on. And within less than few hours, I got the details that I needed. So to my surprise, I know I wrote on the group that somebody lied about their case, and Murasi. And then going back to send her a text on WhatsApp, I saw that she deleted the name and the last name that she sent to me. So I sent her a message saying, why did you delete the information you sent to me? Because I do not like that. I'll always tell you that. You send me something and then you start deleting, that's red flag for me. But say whatever you want to say. It's not insecurity, like some fools might say. But why are you deleting what you've sent to me as a proof? You sent me something to help you, and I'm still in the process. So I'm like, okay, so why are you deleting it? So I just wrote something down, and then the next minute you're deleting it. So you don't even know if it's you that I'm talking about that you lied, or if it's another person. You're not the only one that I have talked about. So I was like, She explained that, okay, let me read what she explained. Oh, we don't even have to go into that. I'll just say it from the head. She stated that her mother stated that I do not have to take him to court and do all that because they are concerned that things might happen or whatever. You know, us with this fetish thing sometimes that people will say. He will talk about fetish, she's talking about fetish. Fetish is when people do jazz. So jazz, jazz, jazz. All the parties are talking about jazz. So I guess that is what is reigning now. God help all of us. So I'm like, okay, if I want to help you and you're refusing, because believe it or not, I already got those officers that, hey, you're going to go to court. It was even a male officer. You're going to go to court. This and this and this is what I want. You know, she was like, I don't want him to have my child. And out of that pain, I'm a mother too. How would I listen to somebody say that somebody did not want the child and then now he wants the child? So I'm like, where would he be wanting child? If you have flushed it, would you have gotten the child back from the latrine or the toilet? So, but now, I want you viewers to write your comments on what you think. Because right now, so the truth is out, right? Because I can see, I read some screenshots to you and also the voice notes from him. Yes, I could not play her own voice notes here because I do not want to prolong the show because of all the technical difficulties that we had. However, I do want you guys to write your comments, write what you think. But this is what I have to say. Like I would always say, if somebody is not violent, do not keep them away from their child. If they're not going to harm that child, I don't see a reason why a woman should deny a man not to see his kids. And I already explained, there are instances of domestic violence whereby probably the father or the mother is still transferring that abuse to the kids. In cases like that, I would say you should defend your child and make sure that they are safe. I would not advise you to make any of the perpetrators to be around the child, yes. But if someone is not violent, please, let's not create that for the children, because at the end of the day, you're affecting those kids. Don't be bitter. And as for you, the father, you need to be responsible. And you, the mother, refusing that you don't want him to see the kids, but you want to be collecting money, Kojo, it cannot happen like that. That's very toxic. For the two of you are very toxic for all I care. Because you guys should think about the child and not just yourself. So if one person is feeling you are not marrying me, okay, I see that. Tawa left a comment. Tawa stated she should have gone into an open marriage in the first place. But all the same, did she really mean she does not want him to be taken to court? Why then did she bring his case here? Thank you. That was where I got like, okay, what's going on? That's exactly what my investigator said. He's like, this is kind of fishy. Why did she bring his case too? You know, Tawa, so I'll re-explain it. They were never married. Because I know your phone had issues. And thank you for letting me know that we also had issues with the previous episode because we did have a glitch or we were being hacked. I don't know what was going on, but thank goodness we're good now. So I'll re-explain. What had happened is they both were in open relationships, so boyfriend, girlfriend. But he was seeing other people. Again, I'm re-explaining because she had a problem with her phone. So she was in an open relationship because she was aware with the voice note and the screenshot that I have, and with all the investigators that were out there to investigate things that happened, that transpired. She was aware that he had other women. So it was like, I know you have other women, but I'm here hoping that you'll marry me. But with his own explanation, is like, she trapped me with the pregnancy because I've already made it clear from day one that I do not want you for anything. I just want us to be having fun. I just want to be your boyfriend. But you know, I already have other women, or I'm in a open relationship with you, but I would not marry you because I did read his screenshots here. That's really made it clear that he was writing, did I ever promise you marriage? So he already always made it clear in his voice message and his screenshots with the text messages that me o sọ pé màá fẹ́, but I did not say I was going to marry you. So you wish that I marry you, but it's never going to happen. And what even irritated me more is somebody already told you that they're not going to marry you. You are already pregnant. Yes, I get it. Then you're telling him, oh, they said you need to be having sex for the baby to be turning. Women, we have to start thinking. Come on now. So where is your what? Somebody is already telling you they don't want you. And here you already told him you want him to marry you and all that. And he has made it clear he does not want you. And then you have the infantry to be writing again that the baby needs to be turned. So sex is what will turn the baby. Come on now. Haba. I understand. It's not everybody that can keep their body. But we have to start respecting ourselves. Probably it's the way that you've also, I'm not judging again, but you're throwing yourself at him. Somebody already told you, like, I'm just going to be there when I want to fuck you. That's basically how he's been writing with you. And basically you've been okay with it, with all I've read and with all the investigations. But, like Tawa said, why bring your case here? Like my investigator says too, why did she bring her case here? I told her, I said, somebody cannot impregnate you and then other people will be the ones giving you 2K, 3K out there. That he needs to stand up and be responsible. That was why I wanted to take my own money to put into, legal help to help her. But to my surprise, she turned down the legal help. So I'm like, oh, I'm not a bank. I don't work for the bank. And I don't remember anybody giving me any money. That's why I always make it clear on all my shows so that if anybody is out there saying she's receiving money from the government or she's getting money from me to give you guys would know. I always state it. I've said it for people to come out and help victims. I've never seen anybody, nobody gave me no couple or no dime. So I always make it clear here for people to know. So that was why when I was telling my officer, he's my investigator, imagine you getting somebody up from Lagos, like, okay, start this investigation. This person is in Jos. Again, they did not find out information with no address, with no nothing. That's why I say don't try me. If I want to really get to a case, I'll get to it. And if I'm just looking at you that keep lying, I'm just looking at you. I just want to do Sahara. That's why you got my money. So it's not like some of you came and cooked your story. I knew it. But I gave you whatever I wanted to give because I'm a Muslim. And Islamically, I do zakah. That's why I did that. I took it as zakah. I knew you're lying, but I just gave you the money. So let's be clear here. And now I'm not going to be tolerating that anymore. If you come and lie to me, I'll come and do a show on you lying. So you better start knowing it now. So, Tawa has said it. What exactly do you want from sharing life issues with Her Excellency Ajiami? Tawa stated, Big sis, this lady is hiding something that is not clear to us. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because she went on the page and wrote, oh, she cannot wait to hear, what's happening. When I wrote, somebody lied. Again, I'm re-clarifying that we have a lot of liars. So I did not say you are the one lying. However, why would you go back and delete is what I'm going back to again. The information that you sent me. I've seen some people do that, and I always question it. I say, why did you delete what you deleted? Do not send me things if you're not going to delete it. I do not like that. I don't operate like that. I always like openness. Even if it's a typo, we're not in a classroom. The only time I delete things in my group is if maybe I see that the information or things that I needed to add is more than the typo or whatever. If it's a typo, hey, who cares? We're not in a classroom. That's why I come here and I read people's text messages just the way that they wrote it, because we're not in a classroom. You have to know that we are dealing with people all around the world, and everybody has to tolerate everyone just that way. After I read the text messages, I make sure I re-explain so that whoever is not maybe from Nigeria, if I'm reading maybe a Nigerian case, would understand what that was all about. So keep sending in your messages, because I am glad Tawa is seeing what I'm seeing. And I don't understand. Because my investigator too said, Ajia, you're too nice to people, and that's why they come to take advantage. That if she does not want you to involve the lawyers, she does not want you to involve any officer, you are doing all of this for free. You are the one paying for it. You're fighting for her right, and she's refusing. So he was like, there's more to this. And Tawa just said, there's more to it. I'm not the one that slept with you, so I shouldn't be punished for that. If I want to help, let it be that I want to help on my own. But honestly, nobody would see her story and would not be moved. Like I said, I was crying airing her show. I was crying editing her voice note to take off her name. I was traumatized with some of the things that she told me. To the extent that I was praying that, okay, I would make sure I assist you, put you into my own family plan. I always call all of them my queens. They are my queens. On that platform, they are all Omomi. Omomi is my daughters, my sons. That's what I call them. They call me their queen mother. So I want everybody to know that they are all Omomi, and you'll always be Omomi, and I'll always be your queen mother, yes. However, let's come with clean hands and let's tell the truth. If we're lying about things, the people who really need help would not be able to get help. Is that fair? Now, look at it this way, that even the level of my investigation, I've gone higher. Is that fair? I'm here trying to help you, and then you're giving me more work to do. It's not fair. So, if you guys have anything to say, you can send it in. I would like to end it here if we do not have any more questions or anything. I know we already took some time with all the computer glitch or the internet, whatever that was going on. Allah, I don't know what happened. All I could say is sorry for the technical issues. Thank you so much for coming here to view me, and sorry today's episode was a little messed up because it was like probably we were being hacked. I would think so. Or we had technical issues, because immediately I got on, I could hear the squeaky noise and all that, and it was not coming from the speaker. So if you do not have anything to say, that will be the end of it for today. I would say write your comments, share. But one thing I want to leave you with is to always tell the truth. Don't think because I left him, because I left her, I have to lie about something. Don't. Things don't happen that way. Tawa just wrote something. Let's see. Okay. She wrote, Tawa Kaut Odus said, Big sis, these people are specialists in lies. And when they tell their stories, you will be forced to feel for them. There are many out there. I tell you a lie. I was crying. You would see that I did a couple of shows after that, and you could see from my eye that my eyes were still red because I did about 3 shows that day. And I looked at myself and I could not control myself, thinking about her and her family. And I was telling a friend, I'm like, I just feel like adopting her and her kid. Because I'm like, she was like, it's everybody on the streets that you will be helping. I said, well, I've already adopted everybody on Facebook that are on my page. Because I don't even want to say, that anymore. You adopt some, you find out they're lying. So at the end of the day, you look at yourself and you're like, what is this? I went far for some people and then discovered that they were lying, and it really broke me. Because like she said, like Tawa said, they would cook their stories and you'll be forced to say, ooh, she wrote that they're specialists. So the person that really needs help now would not get it. And the person that does not need help would say, Maga don't pay. I don't get clients. My client has paid. I'm not your client. And for your information now, anybody that comes to my page and lie, you will start getting arrested. If you come and lie here and collect any money from me, because it's from my pocket. If you come here and lie, I wouldn't leave you with any karma anymore. Going forward, I wouldn't. So I want all of you to take note of that. If somebody is out there helping you, not getting help from any other person, I've been saying it out there. Who wants to help? Nobody is helping. Even the 2 people that said they were going to help teach people something, they too, even the ones that got the empowerment, they don't bora. They are not doing what they promised that they would do anymore. So that's another thing that I've noticed about Nigerians. Or would I say everyone? I wouldn't say Nigerians. I don't want to pick just on a nation. I'm a Nigerian before somebody comes for me. You would be complaining that somebody is not helping while you yourself, you're not ready to help. So I'll write out there now that I want to assist people. You see them happily saying, but the same people that I'm assisting, I will tell to assist other people and they would not want to do anything. Somebody near was making shoe. She got entitled to empowerment money. I asked, would you teach people? No. Another one making momo. Would you teach people? No. I'm just looking at all of you. Sometimes you look at somebody like somebody's a fool. I'm not a fool. I'm a Yoruba me. I'm a Yoruba woman. I'm Hausa. I'm Yoruba. I'm a complete Nigerian. The people who really know would know I'm a complete Nigerian. But my papa na Yoruba. So Nigerian way they say you are Yoruba, right? So kiyo baba shenkan. Omo ni mini ju àwọn èdè mi lọ. So what I explain is when Yorubas do things, it has more meaning than other, cultures. So if I look at you like this, you already know what I'm saying in Yoruba. And in Hausa, they might innocently look at me like, oh, she's just looking. But a Yoruba looking at me like this, they are sending a message. So if you are coming, I'm writing empowerment. You are doing shushu. Again, I'm not helping you because I want to get something from you. But no, what are we trying to say? You'll be shouting, Nigerian government, they are thieves, they are this. You too, you are thief. Yes, because you're not ready to do anything. Some of them, I even had better plans for them, but they used mugu mugu to break it. Some, they will say pay their child school fees. They went to triple their child school fees for me. I just laughed. Up to today, I did not address it. I just gave the money. Because Islamically, where I come from, when you make a promise, you have to fulfill it. That's the only reason. Even my officer was saying, we need to arrest that one. I said, don't arrest anybody. Let them take the money and go. But the other plans I have for you, you broke it yourself. Because I wouldn't do anything anymore, inshallah. Because you've shown me who you are. Imagine opening your arms to someone that a stranger, a complete stranger, that you've never met. Like I always say, it's not like I'm rich. I'm just sharing what I have. So you imagine how that would be so painful. That you want to help somebody and they'll come and cook up their child's, school fees, their whatever for you. How about somebody's trying to help you and then you now make it triple, double. Gbogbo nǹkan ló fẹ́ jẹ tán níjọ́ kan náà. Ẹ máa bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Ọlọ́run máa ń rán olóore síyàn gbà mí, ìyàn ló máa ń tì lọ. Nítorí mo gbọ́n. Mo fẹ́ jẹ gbogbo ẹ̀ ní one sitting. Imagine you meeting somebody. They would empower you. They will start helping you with things that have to do with your family. Who do you see on the streets that will just see you and say, okay, well, what do you want to do with your life? And then set you up that, okay, this was the business you were doing maybe. Okay, here's money. And then gives you money that, okay, don't pay your kids' school fees. So that you can use whatever money that you're supposed to use to pay to put into another business or do something for your life. You come and say, oh, you want to collect, you want to rent an apartment. You want to do this. So it's like, if I move content at the same time, I did not address it, but I decided to address it today. Because a lot of my team said I should address it. I should even block the person or take out the person from the group, but I refused to. I just looked at it that I'm saying it in Yoruba because the person is Yoruba, or the people are Yoruba because it's not just one person. So what am I trying to insinuate? Sometimes God helps you. Like I said, nobody say I get money too. Now I'm the alone, I be. So, and then I take out of my pain that I'm managing with my own children and give to you. And then you come and steal from me again. I did not want to say that, but because I would not see a reason why somebody will be helping you and then you come and start timesing the doubling or tripling school fees and other things. But, like I said, mo fẹ́ jẹ tán, mo fẹ́ sáré gba gbogbo ẹ̀. Òní ó máa ń ba tẹlòmíì jẹ́. Some of them even had a job. And I'll say, okay, let's do a side business. Where is your business plan? Mbano, business plan has disappeared. What business did you use the money to do? It has disappeared. I did not ask again, because I asked severally. And I told my officers and the people that I said will be monitoring, let them go. Leave them with the money. Do not monitor nobody. Let them go. And for Arain Sherain. Because mọ̀ pé plan tí mo ní fún yín ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ṣùgbọ́n ọwọ́ ara yín lẹ fi bà ara yín lọ nìkan jẹ́. So what I stated was you used your hands to drive someone who was there to assist you. Because I was looking at it as a long time thing. But mogbon, I'm too wise. I have to finish everything in 1 minute. Let me collect. You've seen clients, Maga don't pay. Let me collect it. There's a lot of them, not just those few ones that I make mention. So Otawa, you are right. You are right with everything that you said here. If you guys don't have any comments, I did not even know that I was going to talk about that. It's just painful that, people come and traumatize you that you're actually trying to even help them too. Where are we going? The world is like turning into a sick place because I do not understand why people that are helping you are the ones you are harming now. We find out that a lot of people are there harming people. The people that you are helping will be the ones harming you. Why? Why? A lot of times my team have told me, your platform should not be giving people money. You are doing enough. All the free counseling, all these rescue things you go and do with your money. You shouldn't even be doing that. The counseling is enough. But I always say that I let my Allah direct me and not people. That's why I do whatever I'm doing. I would play one video so that you guys can hear. It's in Yoruba, but I'll translate it. It was a pastor that said what she stated. So I would want to play it so you guys can hear, and then I'll translate it. Let me press the sound system so that way you can hear it very well. Because this pastor said something that really, really moved me and is deep. And here we go.
Ungrateful people are evil. Ungrateful people are not bad. They are not only wicked, they are evil.
I love to dance. All right. She stated, ungrateful people are evil. In Yoruba, well, she stated with English too, that if you find people that are ungrateful, run away from them. That they are more wicked than àwọn àgbà. I don't want to say what she stated. So, I'm begging you, once you find out that people are ungrateful, don't let them harm you further. Do not harm them. Just let them go. Let Allah and let God judge them. Because there's a lot of people out there now that is the same people that help them that they harm. And then she said, she stated something in Yoruba saying that they are the people that would get things from you. You give them food, but they will not praise you. They'll be out there blackmailing you. That's what we have now going on. So, that means you need to be careful with the way you are even helping people. And you need to be more careful because you always think you have to help. You have to help every Dick and Harry on the street. That people are not what you think they are. They would always harm you. So, it's not just in relationship anymore. Even marriages now, people harm each other. You know? There's a lot of, I thought we were going to cover more cases because I wanted to bring in more cases on today, but because of the glitch or the technical issues that went on, I will just let it go. From here, there was something that I wanted to read, but I cannot even recall what it is. So let me just see if you guys have any other comments. And if you do not, then we'll end it here. Thank you so much for everyone who was here, and I appreciate you. Big shout out to Tawakal too. Thank you so much for all your comments. I always see you here. Kudos to you. I know you never miss our show. I love you, darling sis. You're a queen, and I'll always love you. And I love everyone on that platform. And Rebecca Moses, thank you so much for coming also. Kudos to you. A big shout out to you. I appreciate you all. And for all of you that I did not make mention of, I'm so sorry. If you do write comments, I would be able to pick your name and say something about you or give a shout out to you and things like that. I do see that on the other video we had some other people, but we'll just end it here. All right? So the last word I want to leave you with is Itakullah. Itakullah means fear Allah, fear God. Sometimes it's not that God is not helping you. When you tell boy, kogba blessing, or what you lori done. Sometimes God sends somebody to you to assist you. You use your own hand to push them away. Nítorí kíni, mo gbọ́n, àjẹjù. Mo fẹ́ jẹ gbogbo ẹ̀ 1 second. Mo wò ẹni o, mi ò sọ̀rọ̀ o. Mi dẹ̀ ní sọ fún ẹ̀dá alààyè kankan pọ̀ ọjà mi lólè. Mi ò pé yóò bá ní ẹ́. Mi ò fẹ́ sọ, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ti ní kí n sọ, mo kọ̀. Àwọn officers mi gan fẹ́ gbé ẹ. Mo ní kó má gbé ẹ. Zaka lèmi ṣe. Ó kù wà t'Ọlọ́run bá. So kí ìyàn bá ń ràn yín lọ́wọ́, ẹ máa níbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Mi ì lọ jí owó yìí. Mo fẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé nínú ìnira ni mo fi sáré fún ẹ lówó yìí so that kó bá lè fi dá fún wa àtàwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ náà. Mi kì í fẹ́ rí kí ọmọ kankan jìyà. Nature mi nìyẹn. I don't like seeing kids suffer, is what I stated with Yoruba. So I'm quick to helping, to make sure that people are okay. Even people, not just kids, men, women. I've helped everyone. Old people, young people. I believe everyone should help. But with people like this now, would you now want to help? When somebody is out there already taking all your responsibilities on their head, and then you have the guts to start tripling your school fees. When I even found out, you connived with somebody else to even lie about the kidney. I don't want to get into it because I didn't really want to talk about this, but I was told by my team to talk about it. I know you are still in our WhatsApp group. You guys are there. I wouldn't take you off. I wouldn't take you off my group or our group. I hope you change. I took some people off because it had things to do with people wanting to flirt with each other. I don't want anybody go ba mi lórúkọ jẹ́. That is not the reason why I opened my group. That is why when it's flirting, I take them out right away. Because believe it or not, some idiots are out here to say, ó ti ṣí kinní kan fáwọn kinní kan kó a máa ṣaṣẹ́wó torí àwọn olórí bú ni àwọn èèyàn wa. Wọ́n kì í rí nǹkan rere sọ. Wọ́n ní rí ire tó bá ń ṣe. Nǹkan aburú tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀. That's why I always put a disclaimer out there that you would see that there was this particular guy that kept sending a message saying, you always decline, admin always decline, and you always decline my message saying that I needed a woman because my wife passed away 6 months ago and I do not want to fornicate. I want to get married. And I wrote there, my PA wrote there, excessively, we are always writing that out and always reminding people, sending out disclaimers that this is not a hookup joint and this is not where you get women or men. If you guys decide to do it on your own, you are on your own. And my WhatsApp group, I warn them because I know people can see each other's number. The moment anybody tells me that, anybody calls them or texts them, that person is automatically removed from that group and blocked. I do not joke on my WhatsApp group. They know me. And my PA, I love that girl like crazy. She has no time. She's not Nigerian, but she knows how to roll. You know? So, let's be guided here. If we want to help each other, there is a lot that I plan for sharing life issues with Her Excellency Hajia Ami. Yes, I'm always a proud Nigerian. And I'll take my, what do you call it? My, it's like mostly used by people from a royal family and things like that. But now every Dick and Harry sometimes carries it. I'm greeting you. I'm greeting you, Nigeria. I'll always greet you. I'll be there to always support you. You're my people. But let's come with clean hands. Because, believe it or not, Emba Elomi Buona Ori. Look at this now. The money or the time that we're supposed to use to maybe empower somebody, we use it to investigate things. Why? Because you choose to lie about each other. What are we gaining at? Like Tawa said, why did you bring your case? You know? So I was thinking about doing other things, but because of the other ones that I have done in the past that still see me as mumu button, magati pay, what you want here on you know, me ni sorrow. They were still looking at me as mumu. They will be greeting me every day. Me too, I'm answering and greeting them, but I did not address it. But what me for me, you know. But the only place that I triggered the one with the school fees was I sent her a screenshot that the school she claimed the kids were going to sent. It was a different school fees on the screenshot. But she never made mention of anything about it. And she just let it slide like that. And I was like, wow. That was where I said, oh my goodness, then definitely something is going wrong here. And my team were like, nope, you needed to do something. This is like a criminal case. We need to pick her up. I said, you don't pick nobody up. Let her go. So, in of a king body je. Nǹkan tó yẹ kó jẹ for life or jẹ gbogbo in 1 second. So, I would not prolong that. Okay? And like I said, some of the empowered people that we did, that we gave out empowerment money to, you know, when you start asking people what are they doing with what you gave them, like to show accountability, then they start getting upset. Some kept writing, they will get back, they will do this, they will do that. Now, I pulled out that team and said, leave them, it's Sadaka that I did. Sadaka means charity, like I just gave it out like that. But the thing that you did not know was, if I was monitoring you, I would have helped you more to make sure that that business keep going. I do not just help people and throw them out like that. I don't believe in that. That's why a lot of times people will say, the money you are giving one person, you can give it to more than 20 people. And I always tell them that I understand what you mean. But I always like to empower people in a better way so that they can also empower others. But I have not seen any, which is a pain. I'm not saying I'm doing it so you can do other things for me, but haba, I want change in Nigeria, I want change in the world. You have to be that change first. I want change in my marriage. You have to be that change first. That's why I always say, one person cannot keep the marriage. If one person is holding it, if the other person is not doing anything, it's going to fall. Nobody can fix Nigeria. If you complain that the leaders are thieves, you guys are thieves too, some of you, believe it or not. Some I specifically wrote under, sometimes I'll make jokes. They don't know I'm observing. I'm a good observer. Again, I'm not judging, but I want you to know, and I've always made it clear, I'm an open person, I'm an open book. That's what always puts me in trouble. I always made it clear. Sometimes they'll write, oh, congratulations. Oh, you invited people to the group. I'll write, oh, what about you? There were some people that were saying, oh, congratulations to the people that decided to help, to empower people. And I wrote back, I said, you sell Momo. Can you empower people with that? Up to today, she did not respond to what I wrote on that page. But me, I always respond to whatever you wrote to me. I just look at you guys and I laugh. Like how selfish and self-centered some of you are. Will it change me? It will never change me. I'm just telling you. If you call me your queen mother, I have to tell you the truth. It might be bitter. But owoti, monfin, painja, nani mofi bodo, koimara. But I understand. So what I'm saying is, I have to correct you. And at the same time, I have to pull you so that you can change. That's that kind of a mother that I am. So let's not keep the long story going. But I hope we've learned something from all I've said. Again, sorry that I had to bring in cases about people that were stealing or are still stealing, because some of them are still stealing and laughing and I'm still watching, you know. But if they are watching the show, I want you to know that I know And you know I know. So múra sí. Ṣùgbọ́n mo fẹ́ kí ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ ti jẹ́ débi tí ẹ ti fẹ́ jẹ́ dé. Cause mi kì í ṣọ̀dẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ rò wípé mo jẹ́ ọ̀dẹ̀. I always help people that sometimes they feel I'm a fool. I'm not a fool. I was raised that way. I was raised to ṣoore kó má wọ ẹ̀yìn, ṣoore kó má wò bẹ̀. Kó bá rí tí n bá ń wò bẹ̀ ni pé bóyá mo yẹ ẹ lówó ọ̀ wá dá padà àbọ̀ wá sọ di jìbìtì fún mi. Kánìkan ngbà mí gan bí n bá yàn lówó mi kì í wò bẹ̀. But kó bá wá fi yanga káàkiri pé ọgbọ́n ni mo máa ń fi sọ pé okay, they can treat for compare. Other than that, since I lost my brother, I do not count anything on this earth as anything. I just always pray for God to always direct me. Because if my brother can die and nothing kept him, all the money that he had, if he was told to give it and leave, I'm sure he would have done that. So someday I'll be buried with nothing. That's what I look at it as. That's why I make sure I live my life every day, making sure my hands are clean. Because I'm a Muslim and I don't know when God will call me. I don't pray to die young. I want to be carrying my great children. My grandma just died. Call on for Rukeon. Bismillah Allahu ahad Allahu samad lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim Allahu ahad Allahu samad lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim Allahu ahad Allahu samad lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. I just made a prayer to her. May the Almighty Allah and the Almighty God make her be in peace. Allahumma ameen, and all dead people. So she was once Miss Nigeria too. I was saying the other day that she got me the wrapper that I wore, the Igbo wrapper. She was Igbo that I was dancing with. It was called Otogun. But Mama is gone. She was in her late 80s. So Alhamdulillah, she's resting now. So guys, peace out. I love you all. I do not see any more comments. So I would like to end. In her late 80s. So Alhamdulillah. All right. Have a good one. Love you guys and peace out. Bye.